What's up, everybody? Go check out BOXTV. This video is from BOXTV. He gave me permission to share it because I think people need to see this. Go subscribe now.
Legal advice. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just telling y'all how I do things and explaining to y'all why I do things, you know, and hopefully you'll learn something from it, but this is for entertainment purposes only. Just wanted to put that out there. Now, the video you about to watch is me being interrogated by the police. You understand? This is after, you know, I was pulled over for allegedly driving while under the influence. But as you could clearly see, you know, in the report, they said that I was, you know, stumbling and doing all this stuff. But as you could clearly see, I'm standing tall. I'm not wobbling or anything. But that's beside the point. You know, this case eventually got dismissed. But I just want y'all to peep how I'm dealing with the police officers. Okay, because this is very important. It's very important how you deal with the police, the legal aides, the judge. All of that stuff is very important. Understand? And speaking of understanding, this is what this video is really about. This whole video is about the word understand. Okay? Because when you in the court system, and remember, this is for entertainment purposes only, but when you in the court system and they ask you, do you understand? It's not like when your mama used to ask you, do you understand? Boy, you better go in that room and clean up before I beat your ass, you understand? That was a different understand than what they ask you, do you understand in the court? Like your mother said, do you hear me? Do you understand what I'm saying? But in court, it's more like, do you stand under what I'm saying? So it's more like to understand in court is to agree. To understand what your mother said was to let her know that I heard you. I heard you. Okay? But understand in court don't mean I heard you. It means I'm agreeing to do what you said. Or I'm agreeing to what was just said. So, you know, let's roll the tape real quick, and then we're going to get into it after this. But I just want y'all to peep how I'm answering the Miranda rights in this particular video.
This is IDQ test 17BX249. This is Officer Tenaro, Shield 19656. IDQ about to offer a breath test to a Mr. State name, sir?
LORDIKIM of the All-Law family.
Arrest number to be determined of the 4th precinct. Time is now 0540 hours. Today's date is 3/10/17. The arresting officer is Officer
Surak.
Shield number
20715, 4th precinct.
Camera technician myself, Officer Tenaro, Shield 19656. IDQ. Location of the test is being conducted to a precinct. Sir, you've been arrested for operating a motor vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs. I would like you to take a breath test. Will you take the test, yes or no?
No.
Okay, sir. At this time, I have to read you the refusal warning, right? You don't want to take the breath test, right?
No. Absolutely not.
If you refuse to submit to the test or any portion thereof, it will result in immediate suspension and subsequent revocation of your driver's license or operating privileges, whether or not you are found guilty of the charges for which you've been arrested for. In addition, your refusal to submit to a test or any portion thereof can be introduced as evidence against you in any trial, proceeding, or hearing resulting from the arrest. I ask you one more time, will you take the test, yes or no?
No.
Okay. Subject states no, he will not take the drug test. I have one more question for you. I would like you to take a simple test for physical coordination. Will you take this test?
No.
Okay. At this time, you have a seat, sir. The arresting officer is going to read you your rights. You have the right Right to remain silent and to refuse to answer questions. Do you understand?
I don't understand anything.
Anything you do say may be used against you in the court of law. Do you understand?
I don't understand anything.
You have the right to consult an attorney before speaking to the police and have an attorney present during any questioning now or in the future. Do you understand?
I don't understand anything.
If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you without cost. Do you understand?
I do not understand.
If you do not have an attorney available, you have the right to remain silent until you have had an opportunity to consult with one. Do you understand?
I do not understand.
Now that I have advised you of your rights, are you willing to answer questions?
No.
Okay, time is now 05:42 hours. That will conclude test 17BX249.
As you can see, the officers aren't used to someone answering their questions the way I did. You know, they're not used to people not cooperating in such a, respectful manner. But the reason I did that, let me explain the reason I did that now. The reason I did that is because when they ask you, do you understand? They saying anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand? Nah, I don't understand. I don't understand how everything I'm going to say is going to be used, may or can or will be used against me in a court of law. Because see, one thing about the criminal justice system, they need you to understand, which means stand under their authority. And when you don't stand under their authority, then they really have no authority over you. It's you that give them the authority, okay? I'm going to give you a great example. One day, matter of fact, it was with this case in particular. One day, I literally forgot, and I was going to court for this for 2 years because I was fighting. I was fighting my ass off. But one day, I forgot about my court date. And when I remembered, it was like 3-something. So I rushed and I ran to the courthouse, right? And when I got to the courthouse, it was like 4:30. Court ends at 5, but they be shutting down at 4:30, 4:45. So when I got there, I explained to the judge that this court date slipped my mind and how in 2 years I never missed a court date. But she went on to say, well, the next time you come to court late, I'm going to have you arrested. Do you understand? Now, the average person in that scenario would have said, yeah, I understand, Your Honor. I understand. But no, I said, no, I don't understand. So then she said, well, what do you don't understand? I said, I don't understand how last month we was waiting an hour and some change for the district attorney to come. The district attorney came late, and I didn't see you tell the district attorney the next time she come late what was going to happen to her. I thought this was a non-biased process. So I don't understand how I'm being singled out for being late, but I see people coming in here all day late and you don't tell them nothing. The legal aides show up when they want to show up. The district attorney show up when she want to show up. But this is supposed to be a non-biased proceeding. So I don't understand. No, I don't understand how you threatening to throw me in jail, understand, for coming in late, and you didn't threaten to throw the legal aid in jail or the district attorney in jail when they came late. You hear that silence right there? That's just what happened in the courthouse. That's just what happened in the courthouse. Silence. Well, Mr. Allah, I'm just letting you know, well, I don't understand. And we left it at that because she knew I wasn't going to fold. But she knew. All I had to do was say I understand, and guess what would have happened next time I came to court? Late. She would have locked me up. Not because she had the right to, it's because I agreed to allow it to happen to me. Because I said, I understand. I stand under what you just said. I agree with what you just said. So that's why when they ask you stuff like, do you understand? Never say you understand anything you do not agree with. Well, blah, blah, blah. After this, I'm going to lock you up. You understand? No, I don't understand. Don't ever agree to anything you disagree with. You never understand anything you disagree with. If you disagree with it, then tell them, I don't understand. Because they can't see in a court of law. This is why they put those lawyers, them legal aids, in your face. They give you those legal aids so the legal aid could do the talking for you. Okay? So the legal aid could say, state that he understand. And the legal aid is really just there to make sure the truth don't come out. Because a lot of times the truth will set people free. Okay? So the legal aid is there to make sure that, several reasons. He's there to make sure that you don't speak the truth, and he's there to convince you to cop out, especially if you got a prior criminal record, because that's the first thing they throw up in your face. Oh yeah, you gotta, when you sit down with the district attorney, when you sit down with the legal aid, what's the first thing they bring up? Your prior convictions. And if you're not smart enough to say, what the hell has that got to do with this? Then they're gonna dupe you. And that's why the first thing I always do, whenever I'm arrested, the first thing I always do is I fire that fucking legal aid. And I let the judge know I don't have no contract with this attorney. He's not my attorney. He's not my agent. He's not my representative. And I don't know this man or woman from anywhere. And I'd ask that they remove themselves off this case. Because I know that they're an agent of the state. And the minute you allow anyone to represent you in court, you are considered incompetent. Always remember that. And another thing you need to always remember, when they push those papers in front of you and say sign that, don't sign anything. You're not obligated to do anything. You're not obligated to do anything in court. So when they give you that paperwork and they say, here, sign this and sign that, you don't have to sign. Especially, let me give you another Jew. And like I said, this is only for entertainment purposes only. This is not legal advice. But I'm telling you, if you get a DUI or you get locked up for some drugs and they try to send you to a drug program before there's a verdict in the case, that's illegal. You're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. So let me give you an example. The judge said, just because I got arrested, not convicted, just because I got arrested for a DUI, that I got to go to a drug program, that I got to pay for out of pocket. And on my next court date, I got to come back and show her proof that I went to the drug program. Do you understand? No, I don't understand, Your Honor. Well, what do you don't understand? I don't understand how I'm supposed to be innocent to proven guilty and you sending me to a drug program as if I've been convicted already. So no, I'm not going to no drug program. I'm not coming back and show you any proof because I'm not going. You understand? And you know what happened? Nothing. It's like if I tell you, give me $100 and you give me $100, then you gave me $100. Whether I had a right to get $100 from you or not, if you give me $100, you can't be running around talking about, oh, he took my $100. So a lot of y'all being talking about what the system gave you. No, you gave it to yourself. They making offers. They making you an offer and you're taking it. You're taking the offer. They offered you probation and you took it. They offered you a $150 fine. You took it. They offered you 5 years because they said they was going to give you 20 and then dropped it to 5 and you jumped on the 5 and then want to talk about they gave you 5 years. No, you took 5 years because you were scared, because they convinced you that they were going to slay you at trial. Even though you knew the possibilities of you getting slayed at trial are slim to none. And I've seen people cop out and they didn't even do it because that's how much they got scared. Okay, so you got to understand the criminal justice system. The police are in the business of making money like every other business. The courts are in the business of making money like every other business. Okay, so once you understand that, these places are businesses. These are not government agencies. They're perpetrating as government agencies. They're all frauds, okay? That's why we don't get no justice in this country as black people, because there's no real justice system. It's corporations in the business of making money. Okay, and once you understand that, then you'll stop copping out to those little $100, $200, $300 fines, and you'll take them to $20,000 trials, because no one's going to take you to a $20,000 trial to get $300 out of you. And if you're walking down the block with an open beer container, what's the worst they could do to you? You think they want to go to a 10, 15 member? You got to pick out juries. You got to bring in police. They got to pay for all of that. Okay, so you think they want to go through that over an open beer container, over trespassing, over a marijuana charge because you got caught with an eighth of marijuana on you? You think they want to go through a $20,000 trial to get a fine out of you? They're not going to do that. It don't make any sense. Business. Let me give you an analogy, right? An example. Imagine you hustle and you sell dope. And your dope block is rocking. I mean, you got 1980 lines. You got lines around the corner. You got dope fiends lined up to buy your dope because you got that shit. Okay? So now you used to serving a customer every 5 to 10 seconds. Okay? It's cop and bop. It's cop and bop. Get your shit, get out of here. Get your shit, get out of here. Get your shit, get out. That's your system. So now you got this dope fiend at the front of the line, and he just want one little old bag, and you give him the one bag, and he hold it up to the sun, and he trying to see what's in it, and he like, yo, what's this, man? It ain't enough in here, and he start complaining. And now he holding up your line. You used to serving 1,000 customers a day, but every time this nigga on the line, you only get to serve 950 customers because he holding up your line. So what you gonna do if you're a real businessman? You gonna get him off your line because his money is not worth it. His little petty ass money is not worth holding up your line. And when you see him on the line down later on, you're gonna be like, yo, no, get off the line. Or when you get to the front of the line, don't start that bullshit. Okay? That's how I want the court to view me. When you see me in the courtroom, I want y'all to go, there's that nigga. I want them to go, there's that nigga that's gonna hold up the line. There that nigga go. We used to calling dudes and dealing with dudes 5 minutes at a time. We may do a second call, okay? And give a nigga another 3 minutes, 4 minutes. But we used to 5, 10 minutes tops. But here come LORDIKIM Allah, and he want to argue every fucking thing. So now when we call him up, oh my God, we fuck up our day. So guess what they started doing? They started calling me last. And I didn't care. At the end of the day, I didn't care because I knew that they were afraid of me now. I knew what I was doing was effective, and they didn't want other people to see that. That's why they call all the other cases and get them out before LORDIKIM Allah come up, because they know I'm getting ready to get them hell. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what they knew me for. The dude who don't understand what the hell is going on. And you got to make me understand what's going on before we can move forward, because they have to do that. Understand? They can't just proceed. And that's why they always asking you, do you understand? Because they need you to stand under the jurisdiction so they can slay you. So, this is just, it's a lot deeper than that, and we're going to be really getting into it. I just wanted to let y'all know, stop saying you understand to things you do not agree with. If you don't agree with it, then don't say you understand, because to say you understand means you agree with it. And there's 3 types of contracts: verbal, written, or implied. Now, if I say something and you stay silent, then silence is acquiescence. Silence, if I say, yo, you stole my money, why you stole my money, and you just stand there with the stupid face, then it's safe to say you stole my money. Because if you didn't, you would rebuttal that. You would dispute that. Okay? So If I say, yo, next time you steal my money, I'm going to whoop your ass. You understand? And you go, okay, I understand. Then it's safe to say you stole my money the first time, and next time you do it, you gave me permission to whoop your ass. You just gave me the permission because I told you what I'm going to do to you next time you steal my money. That's a contract. You just contracted with me to whoop your ass. You understand? So be careful what you say and watch what you sign in these. First of all, don't sign anything. So, but when you do sign something, make sure you know what you're signing because everything you sign is a contract. Everything you sign is a contract. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. It's a lot more coming. I've been waiting to, clear some things up in my life in order to bring y'all this. So now I'm officially, out of the game, so I feel comfortable just spilling the beans and fucking up their money. Because I tell you one thing, you ain't doing nothing till you start fucking up their money. And the shit I'm gonna put y'all up on is gonna help y'all fuck up their money. It's gonna help y'all slow up the line. Okay, because there's no reason that you getting caught. Like I know dudes who got locked up for trespassing on the block they lived in the building that they grew up in. On the block they've been living on for 20 years and got arrested for trespassing or loitering and went to court and copped out to that shit. Now, come on now. Come on. You in that rush, you such in a rush to get back to do nothing that you're going to just keep throwing your freedom away. And the more you do it, the worse it gets. That's why they grab you up for everything. So they make everything a crime and bring you in there. And we're going to talk about that because there's a big difference between committing a crime and breaking the law. We're going to get into that in another video. But it's a big difference between committing a crime and breaking the law. If you committed a crime, then you broke a law. But just because you broke the law don't mean you committed a crime. Because no man makes laws that I'm bound to abide by. As long as I don't mess with anybody's person, property, or livelihood, or stop somebody from going anywhere, i.e. like kidnapping, or as long as I don't rape nobody or rob as long as I'm not messing with anybody, I don't have to follow anybody rules. I don't have to follow anybody laws. Okay? New York State laws are for the agents of New York City. Okay? It's like working in McDonald's. Okay? If you work in McDonald's, there's a dress code. You got to carry yourself a certain way. You got to wear a shirt. And if I go in McDonald's with no shirt on, what they going to do to me? The only thing they could do is not service me and ask me to leave. Can they fine me? Can they deduct my pay? They can't do shit to me because I don't work for them. I'm not an agent of McDonald's. Okay? So a lot of these it's corporate policy. Do you have to follow the corporate policy of a corporation you don't work for? Absolutely not. Like I got two businesses and there's rules to my business. You understand? And like there's rules to everybody else's business. Do you got to follow the rules for my business? Absolutely not. So why do I got to follow the rules of your business? Just because you're perpetrating this government or perpetrating this the law? You're not the law. You're not the law of the land. That's not the law of the land. Okay? But like I said, this is for entertainment purposes only. We're going to get into it a little later, but I just wanted to share that with y'all, because it's sad to see so many young brothers getting caught in the system and just throwing their life away to these people because they don't understand what's really going on. If you're going to be out here doing dirt, then you need to study because they studying you. They studying you. So they studying you, but you ain't studying them. That's why when you get jammed up, they tell you shit that's going to happen to you that can't happen to you, and you believe it and you cop out because you don't study. So study. You're going to be out there doing knucklehead shit. Study the consequences of that knucklehead shit. So when they tell you, you ain't never going to see your kids again, you laugh in their face like, this shit ain't even that serious. Shut up. I'll be with my kids tomorrow. You understand? Because you know the consequences of what you're doing. Study the consequences of what you're doing before you do it. Or don't fucking do it. Or just be at their mercy when you get caught doing it.
Hey, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Make sure you go over to BOXTV and subscribe now. Leave comments. Smash that like button. Let me know what you guys thought. Again, BOXTV. Go subscribe now.